Hey guys, here it is. Act 7. Last update, presumably. Hopefully. I don't think I can take this anymore. This is. Oh my god. I'm. My stomach's tight. I thought I wasn't ready for Collide. I feel even more nervous right now. Just like, pit of my stomach nervous. Like, what the hell is he gonna do to us? This might be a game or something. I might be recording a whole. Dude, I'm hyperventilating. Okay, calm down. Okay. I'm just going into this without a beer. Just. Oh my god. All we know is that this is going to make us shit bricks. That's all I know. That is literally all I know. That was before it came out. Now it's out. It's. I have to click it now. I should click it. I should click it. We're still recording. I'm gonna check that we're still recording. We're still recording. Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a predictions ramble. We've already discussed 100 different possibilities, and maybe it's one of them, maybe it's not. Either way, it's gonna be a surprise. Let's go. Let's go and let's finish this freaking thing. Oh my god, I love Homestuck. I'm ready for it to be over, but I'm not ready for how it is going to end. Ooh. Let's go. Click. It's all right. We have YouTube. Is one of my friends right? There's gonna be a YouTube playlist or something? That'd be, or maybe some sort of choose you on YouTube. We'll see. The fact that he was willing to put this out at midnight meant that YouTube was probably going to be involved in some respect, so it didn't crash everyone. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna click. 9 minutes. Okay. If it's this music, this is from the Sky album. If they're starting with this, sounds like they're gonna do. I was gonna say they're going to with the frog. Come on. Oh my god, it's an animation. It's a straight up animation. This isn't Flash. This is. What the fuck? This is 3D animation. And some of this is just straight up animation. Fully animated. Nothing to do with Flash, just. Yeah, that's got some 3D in there. If not most of the 3D. Yeah, here's the forge spitting the tadpole and. It says 9 minutes. If that's all this is, there's only so much that can be put in there in terms of explaining stuff. This is a fucking work of art. Yeah. Go into the hole in there and then just I'm gonna see the vast croak and everything, the birth of the universe, and then entering, but what's the catch? Cuts into some Homestuck 2.0 thing. Sorry if I'm gonna theory ramble while doing this, but I can't help it. Is that, what were those? Is that just a look of a spell or 3? Oh, she's okay. So she's creating a similarity to strength. That's, or sucking the sun into her session or something like that. That's definitely not what Green Sun's destruction is going to be like. So. You guys see the vast broken, fully animated. Yeah, those are definitely 3D animated. Oh, I'm happy and nervous and everything. Oh, emotions. See light. Okay, what is they're watching? Okay. These can. Okay, so she just turned the black sun to the green sun into black, or at least created some sort of black hole using its energy. But what is that for? Is that just to defeat Lord English finally, or something? Is that? Something like maybe she's creating the Jews or something, I don't know. Because there were like 3 dots, there's like 2 white and 1 black when she cast the spell. So it was like, was she putting 3 Jews together or something? Oh, breach is opening. Black hole is definitely opening the breach. And it's big and white and round, but let's see what happens. He looks so anime. What? What is going on? So like the cue ball was the handle of the clock? Okay, is it just gonna summon them into Kick-Ass or something? This is so anime. This is Homestuck the anime. Oh, did he like make himself immortal that way? Oh, what? 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 Oh yeah, it flips turnways, yeah. That's... They have Earth brought out, everything is right at hand. What is going on? It broke the cloud. It's showing in the future, sort of. Yeah, the future of Earth. That meteor gets. Yeah, stuff is going. Oh God. I'm feeling too many emotions to convey any emotion. We're seeing the end. Everything gets built here. After civilizations rise and fall on Earth, they did raise it on Earth. And then it was after the end that they make cancer on the... Oh my God. I want to cry, but I can't. Looks like everything's wrong, but I'm still happy somehow. I'm still more than happy. What is going on? What's going on? It's gonna absorb time or something? Here's where something goes wrong. There's the seed. There's the seed it kept showing. The seed showed the end. Descend, the seed is... What does it mean? That's just the picture of the breach. This is like one timeline they managed to get into the universe and cause... So in one timeline, they all get into the new universe, raise it, live happy lives. Get to the end of things and... Hold on. Okay. Breach is open. Cobward breaks time. Break something. There's a... They sort of... It looked like they entered the door and they lived happy lives. They had a conclusion. They had sort of a happy ending, or at least some versions of them did. And they stuck around. Civilizations rose and fall. They all got to live, and everything got to play out. But something broke at the same time. Something split. Did something reset? Oh, that's not the word, but it was like the breach opens. Calliope opened the breach. Why did she open the breach? And we also had Riska do the thing that opened the door that would have led to things going there, but it didn't make sense. No, it's... I don't understand any of this, which I love. I really love that, and the next page is going to explain, start to explain even more, I assume. We're close to the final animation count in terms of 18 plus 9. That's almost 30 minutes of animation. That covers all the animation that was done. But what about the non-animation? I'm eating fruit snacks. It's unclear whether Caliborn broke his immortality thing in two, or whether he had to. If the cue ball has something to do, it was part of that clock, then it makes sense that it has something to do with time. But and then just so light symbol glowing for some reason at one point. It was. Sorry for flipping out. I'm calming down enough to hit the next page, see what the hell that was on about. It's not going to close on a curtain just there, because there's just way too much unanswered. You're not going to cut this off for some sort of sequel, are you? You wouldn't do that to us. You saved this for the right moment. It would make a sick amount of sense if this was all there was, but. Something hasn't added up. Did it just form a loop into the void? I still don't get it. Not yet. I'm gonna hit next. I'm just afraid to hit next because I'm afraid that it's just gonna be curtains closing and we won't get any answers to what that just was. Okay. Yeah. Let's read his news post. That's white curtains. Something doesn't add up about that, and by something I mean sense of things. Let's see what he says. Act 7. The song is by Clark Powell, extended by Tony Fox. Oh, it was Dreamers. That was something. No, it was Simply Impossible to Play. I see. It was one of the ones in Synergy. That's why I mixed it up with the Sky album or whatever it was. Okay, 7 years. Yeah, seven pages. End of the story. To finish a sprawling creation myth about kids in houses. I guess it was. It became no. It was always meant to be. The longer and less funny answer will need some reflection. Maybe someday I will say some things about it. For now, I'll leave you to draw your own. This is gonna take a lot. Oh my god. This is gonna keep us busy until High Swap comes out, isn't it? Dissecting what the hell just happened? I'm gonna have to go frame by frame through that freaking partially 3D anime thing. Still hyperventilating. Okay. Let's see. I mean, did she just? I still don't understand what the calliope did. We'll see. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna finish reading. The animation itself, storyboarded about 4 years ago. Yeah, some of the shots I'd imagine like the birth of the universe and that sort of thing. I'm happy and sad and emotional and very distressed because we don't have any answers. Okay, so Angela Sham, Zera, I see. She's a great animator. Working on the game. I think this story is a personally significant moment as well. I can't imagine. Express some appreciation. Hear from the gang outward somewhere. What just happened? What was that? What's happened? What was the breach for? Why did it heal? Did she collapse the sun just so reality could start all over again? Did Caliborn manage to, when he broke the thing, did he end reality? Did he... What the fuck are the cue balls? Why the hell is Maplehoof tiny? We don't know what half the classes mean. We don't know half... We don't know a third of what anything means. What does that mean? Okay. I'd watch it again in camera, but that would be boring. I'm not sure I can bring myself to watch it again tonight. I have to relax. I have to get a drink. I have to, let me see. Vriska opened the box. The juju activated. Turned into the house thing, it looked like. That was going to open and release them. And what did it do? I don't know. I don't know what it did. Is it leaving open? It's not saying these. At one point, it showed them just like breaking the crowbar through someone's panel. Whose panel did he break it through? Okay, I'm gonna mute. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run into this. Okay, I'm gonna hit play on this. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mute it. And I'm just gonna go through and pause at certain key point to see what the fuck is going on. Okay, so yeah, already is watching the end of everything, but let's see. Everything's sort of being sucked in. Let me see. This is something about to open. Time just broke. Time just... So it was like all that thirds window breaking foreshadowing. Maybe that was for Caliborn actually physically breaking time and causing the end of everything. And then Calliope somehow like uses it to set the stage for the beginning, and it's all being told really cryptically. Let me slow-mo this thing. Oh my god. Okay. Slow-mo. Uses the crowbar, which we still don't know where it came from, what it was for. No, that's just him breaking the clock. He broke the time clock that represented, I guess, his mortality, maybe. Already is watching everything get sucked into the end. The end of everything. Or maybe. But heal a great breach in Periscope space. What did they even do? What was that? Everything was exploding out. What was... It's almost looking like Caliborn won, in a sense. That they were able to... That the ending they chose... Because they said, choose the nature of your victory. Or this was choosing the nature of your victory. And the victory that they chose was just going into the new universe and living it. But I'm feeling so many emotions right now. Okay. You know, one of the things that frustrates me most about this? One of the things that frustrates me most about this is, yeah, some of the major things are disproven, and sure, I mean, yeah, please, the BladekindEyewear was wrong things. Please just parade those everywhere. Please, just even if you're not sure, just for your own catharsis, just you have my permission to say, haha, BladekindEyewear was wrong and laugh me across the internet. That's fine. Go ahead and do that. This is close enough to nothing that anyone could possibly expect for it's something. Okay. We're looking at the future of Earth. I'm still... What? Wait a minute. It's turning back. Let me see. Those are like... Yeah, the oceans went down to where we had the old continents. We had the old continents, but I guess they just restored that. They restored life to the planet. And I'm gonna keep my eyes on this to see where Jade was. I think maybe a lot of this they just some of the endgame shifts and that sort of thing. They didn't. Andrew intentionally didn't show them and just showed them all living happily here, so you could imagine pretty much anything there. It's kind of a death of the author there, where it's like, I don't have to tell you what the best ending is for all of these people. You know the guy in the universe for you. You can decide that on your own. It's like Dave Pez said, with the different versions of them all existing. It's you can make your fanfics. I mean, and there are different timelines in the universe. You can. The future is every. What was I saying before this? Oh yeah, just. Huh. What is that? That's Serenity? That's probably. Would Serenity have been ultra live? You compressed everything into a tiny black hole. It's just no. No, it's just regular Serenity with little cute things. Building can down. This is watch BladekindEyewear be a mess for for minutes upon minutes and not saying anything. Sorry, it's hard for me to gather my thoughts. Alright. But anyway, feel free to parade the BladekindEyewear was wrong things around the internet, because, I mean, at this point, I mean, if you can't tell half of these things, or if there's some sort of timeline split that's being created, then why not just go with it? It's fine. It's Calliope said that they would heal a great breach in paradox space, but that hasn't happened. But this is the end of this story, which he kind of said with, hold on. He kind of said with this, let me see. 7 acts and 7 years to finish a sprawling creation myth about kids and houses. As I described it for those who asked what my next project would be about before I started it. And here's the thing about that is this story is over, but it looks like to some extent this story was about the kids getting their happy ending to an extent, and not the final defeat of Lord English necessarily. Wait a minute. Huh. Hold on. Maybe I'm thinking clearer because this is running in slow motion. But it could be that what Caliborn saw was, if they're going to say, like, looking like this forever, say that they're immortal to an extent that lets them live in these sturdy young forms forever, then theoretically they could live out all the lives they wanted. And then for their final act, you could say, when they finally decide, when they've had enough of setting up their universe, they've lived their lives, they decide they want to get together and, hey, we never finished off that Lord English guy. Let's finish it off once and for all. Then they get together, use John's retcon powers to jump straight to that session. Yeah, Dave Gatt's canon. That's nice. That's pretty good. Drake and Jake at least seem to be having a pretty good, decent relationship. If not in a relationship necessarily, we can't infer that just from the pic, but you're free to think that, and that's perfectly, go for it. There's nothing wrong with it. It is explicitly, because this is the end, this is explicitly not disproven anything. So, and I think that was part of what you might have been trying to do with the retcons and the sort of, and the death of the author that you mixed in, and the sort of, the Dave put this stuff about the story, about all the different versions existing. He's saying that these characters were created, and that means that what happens on any, like, on just the canon alpha timelines doesn't necessarily matter. It doesn't matter anymore, and oh, and the answer for the ultimate riddle is something that you should have figured out by reading this comic instead of being handed on a silver platter. Wow. Which we already think we know what the answer to the ultimate riddle is, and it is kind of supported by all this. But yeah. Oh, Karkit, Dave, and Jade are together. I wanted to see where Jade was, and that's important because I mean, you can see these three getting together. They all mutually had sort of crushes on each other at some point, and just leaving open that it could be the three of them together to some extent. That's nice. That's really nice. That's the kind of thing I was hoping for. Like the kind of thing that wasn't just the thing that I was not hoping for, and this was just selfish because there's nothing wrong with it. If Jade wanted to stay single, if she canonically stay single, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it, and it's perfectly fine. But like, remember, if you've seen a certain anime involving giant drills, where a certain woman who is a bunch of fan service and uses a gun happens to sort of retire at the end of the show and just sort of single and old on an island, and she's happy, sure, because yeah, she made her peace with that. But if I saw Jade decided to just live out the rest of things alone like that, then that would have been, whew, that would have been. Anyway, that explains why there are trolls in the Universe C, because this is the universe where they gained their victory. They didn't interfere with Calliope and Caliborn. It probably by choice. It was the way it happens is to some extent. Okay. Sky is still unexplained. Cue ball is still pretty unexplained. Most of the juices are still unexplained. Okay, what I was saying, and it's taking me minutes and minutes to explain this, I know, instead of saying anything productive. Anyway, like I said, you can interpret that any of them you want to get together, and the way I see it, you can interpret that all three of them get together, and there's enough bonding between those three that you could perfectly buy it. Anyway. Yeah, so after they're all done, humans, let's say they get together and they decide, hey, we never took on this Lord English guy. Let's go seal Caliborn and complete this loop and finish things off so Lord English is finished. So the first part of that would be jumping into this session, like with John's retcon powers, and having them do the things that we saw in Claymation, with the Ring of Life and the Ring of Void completely still unexplained. Jesus, that's a lot unexplained. And then they decide, hey, we're going to defeat. Yeah, so they go and do that thing that sort of vanishes Lord English, discarded Caliborn at the end of the session, who we still don't know how he got blinded. Why he took his eyes out and put those cue ball things in there. No, we do, sort of. No, it was like, it destroyed his eyes when he broke that thing. I'll see it right here. Let me see. But anyway, now, okay, so it's showing what would have happened there, and then it's rewinding, and it's showing them in front of the door, about to enter the door, about to reach in and enter the door, but then something happens. Then it's like time breaks. It's like that represented time, and he sort of sucked it in, or let me see. He sucked it in, and that it looked like it might have been destroying his eyes. Was that his wings, or just like meant to look like his wings, as like symbolism for him attaining that ultimate power? That's okay. So it's his. Oh yeah, it's made to sort of look like wings unfurling or resemble it. He does the time thing. Sucks in sort of the time energy from breaking that clock or something. Yeah, he sucks it in, and it's sort of. It looks like he's sucking in it. Or at least attaining ultimate power. He's sort of sucking in, and it's like burning out his eyeballs, and maybe he's opening. Yeah, John's opening the door, and there's the seed. There's that little seed in the middle of the doorknob. Or that image is the seed. It looks like Earth. It looks like something. It's what? Trying to. Full speed. It's like with the breed. Hold on. The way this keeps brightening and darkening, the way the seed does, and always did, it was sort of like bright then dark. It was like a breach opening and then closing. Every time we saw that seed, it was sort of like it would glow and then turn dark. It was like woo, woo. You can't see like woo. It was so small. That little seed that we kept seeing everywhere. Like it was what's Jade saw. It was what Jade saw before she, like, when she woke up and then saw the frog being purified there just by knowing someone something. And it was like with the breach opening and closing, it was whoa. Whoa, okay. So, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, we thought, like, oh, well, just serenity, but this is something else. This is that seed. That seed that we saw everywhere, and that I went through and tried to find places that was in Homestuck at one point, like, working on something. It's in one of my posts. I'll dig it up later. And it's... It was like, this seed just kept floating everywhere. It was like this little... That little thing that looked like it was without the circle. It was like the Sperpstone sword without the circle. That little lotus flower seed thing that, if you think of the Big Bang or something, it's like, oh my god. Because if Calliope turned the black sun into a black hole, like absorbed into some singularity, and then created this, bashed open this breach with it, and then seemed to suck everything in. But what was really happening was, because here I have no idea how exactly to express the mechanics of it that makes sense and that lines up with everything that we've seen. That's the trouble. I don't know how to make it line up quite with everything that we've seen, but some variant of like all of reality compressing into that little seed, and that seed is actually what reality looks like from the outside. It's that exit was sort of just it wasn't quite it's like, maybe not quite a breach, but it's like everything is hiding so tiny that Blurry English will never get to. It's some little persistent floating speck that represents pretty much everything, all of reality, all compressed into one little thing that's going to start again, and it leads to, on the outside, everything going through all that and becoming that. And if that was, because it looked like it was being pulled in, or that it was zooming out, when they were about to walk in that door, everything sort of zoomed out. It was as if it was being swallowed by something that became a little seed. It was like Lord English sort of wrecked reality or ruined reality or that sort of thing to some extent. And then what this zoomed out that Calliope did is she tore the green sun apart, ripped open, finished that rip in reality that Caliborn was intentionally orchestrating for some reason, unless Calliope was orchestrating the breach the entire time because it turned out to be beneficial and essential, and she was sort of tricking Lord English into doing it. That is possible, but still doesn't quite line up to me. I don't know why Doc Stratch was on the side of playing all this. I don't know what the silver lining was for all this. The unfathomable destruction, the silver lining, what exactly that was, that still doesn't make any sense. That still isn't resolved. Anyway, say Calliope just ripped out everything and sort of took right at Lord English's demise and is sort of ends things, pulls everything, uses the sun's power, exhausting it to like create a black hole, create a breach, and sort of like fold reality inside out or refold it or something, and everything starting with the very universe that the kids create. Like maybe that was the first universe, indeed the first universe, and that's sort of it all wrapped around reality's beginning back around on itself, so it could start as that tiny speck before Lord English had anything to do with it. And so there is that. It's a. Wait. Yeah, okay, I think a lot of this is. There's a little bit of this might be heading up, but I don't know. Okay. Bear with me one last second. I'll stop this reaction soon. This is. I know you would rather see this from me in text, but I need to ramble it out because otherwise I'm not going to be able to sleep. And I might as well ramble out to this camera. Yeah, remember I said 8 heroes, they go. Okay, so the 8 kids say they warp into Calborn's session. They do that thing. The beta kids get trapped in that juju, and then that was sort of part of the plan because Vriska releases it at the end for them to fight the final sort of form of Lord English, just attack that form of him. And that's how that sort of initiates their plan to destroy Lord English. But there's a problem, which is, I mean, the fact that everything is so explained. Now, Andrew explained long before, that Homestuck is a story that is also a puzzle, and that you can engage with it at the surface level and get some of it, but you can engage in a deeper level, and if you do enough, you get all of it. You understand all of it. You can put all the pieces together. So it is conceivable that you wanted to leave things so open-ended and just let everything be put together by the people who care about it, instead of getting just explained and explained and explained. And so whatever people decided the system, whatever they turned it into, is actually the way things are supposed to be. Could be something like that. But here's the thing. Aurania, a while ago, said there is no safe haven that is yet safe from Doc Scratch's grand deception. He said Mr. Milkshake's grand deception or whatever. Aurania was talking to Terezi and saying the true ultimate reward is yet to be achieved. No safe haven exists as free from Doc's grand deception. And what exactly his grand deception was, like, is this supposed to be like a false, like, outside of reality, and the actual inside of reality is something that they just created and they went into without Calliopes' help? I don't know. Like, I kind of like the idea that maybe reality was just a speck, that little seed that kept appearing, that it's just a speck that's been floating around this entire time, helping things happen. We still don't know why he had the Ring of Void, or the Ring of Life, why those were... Stop. Okay, anyway. Continuing. She said that no safe haven has yet been created that's free of his deception. We saw the breach opening, and Aradia wanted, maybe even with the last of her life, to see exactly how everything falls apart. And she seemed satisfied by it. Caliborn gains power or something. The Jujus, it's looked like it released the kids to fight Lord English, and I guess we can assume that the 4 beta kids would have helped and being in with the help of the Ghost Army, maybe. I don't know. It still doesn't quite add up to me. We still don't know what the juju was. What it meant. Okay. So, where was I? All right. So, Homestuck, or this was meant to be the story of all this. It was meant to be the story we just saw, the 7-act story we just saw that ends with them creating and entering their new universe. But it could be that everything that wasn't resolved is just meant to be a puzzle or a metaphor or something like that. But it could also be that this is the end of the story about this sprawling creation myth about kids and houses. That this is the end of Homestuck and the end of the story of the kids getting through this game, the kids and trolls together, and how they achieved their small victory, the final battle of Homestuck, like it said. But but it's not everything that happens. It's not everything that is going to be explored necessarily in this universe. There's still so many unanswered questions. What was Lord English and Doc Scratch's ultimate plan? It was not clear at all. Yeah, it was. Okay, so the idea that I'm ending this on, sorry for rambling so much and sorry for tripping over myself about 1 billion times, but the idea I'm going to end this on is the idea that this Act 7, I mean, this was the end of that story, but it wasn't the whole story of this entire, it wasn't the whole story of Paradox Space. It wasn't, not that that could ever be told like a full story like everything in Paradox Space, but it's like, there's something else to this. There's something that's going to come next. Maybe a future project Andrew is planning to work on. Maybe some hype-swap stuff could be important to it. But no, it's probably going to be tangentially related or something. Who knows? But the way to bridge those last gaps is this was the victory for most of what they cared about. A victory for most of what they cared about. Oh, by the way, the contest doesn't seem to have gotten up, and so the immortality curse doesn't matter. But maybe it was just revoked whenever she just started disobeying Lord English. So that could be thrown out there. But yeah, the idea is that the acts of Homestuck are over, but it could be that there's something else that will continue to delve into this bullcrap. Here's the thing: I can't imagine him taking such an. He would have to be absolutely insane to do this. To work even more on this and try to create something that pushes forward and somehow ends Homestuck in some other medium. I don't know. It doesn't seem to make sense to me, and what I'm saying doesn't make sense to me because is the ravings of a madman. I am mad for saying it, and he would have to be mad to do it. But maybe he's freaking insane. Just saying. So I can see you in, at least I mean this is the end of the story, but it might just be the first story. The first story of how they created their new universe, and not the story of necessarily how Lord English was defeated, how all this got started in the first place, what the hell the cue ball is, that he broke the time thing. What was Mr. Milkshake's grand deception? It was okay. Where can I get Caliborn doing that thing? Here it is. Okay, yeah, there's like pendulum there. He just carefully takes apart. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Look at that thing with the 3 circles. That's on like the clock tech thing, the tech mark thing. That's the 3 circles. That reminds me of the sort of 3 circle thing that Calliope did at the beginning. Let me to start her spell. Here we go. Just where's your spell? Where's your spell? Where's your spell? Where's your spell? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let me see. Whoa, 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 whoa. I have to turn this on. I forgot that I took off the slow speed. Let's look at this frame by frame. Okay. 3 orbs, 3 bubbles. 3 is extremely important here. It's like there are 2 white and then 1 black or something. It looked like that. They looked like yin yangs. Here we go. Yeah. 2 white and 1 black. But what is the... Let me see. Which one is the black one? It looks like that one's alternating color almost. The one on the left. And yeah, the one on the left was the black one. And it creates this tricolor thing. But... what is she doing? What? Is there an outline of anything of importance in there? I don't think there is. It's... something crazy. Something about the beginning. Yeah, that's a cool sort of thing. But... and she said no one will ever see him again. But ever is within the time frame of this reality. Okay. I think I'm going to close it down. That's enough. Thanks for playing. Ooh. Okay. So there's my thoughts on everything I could make sense of about the update, which is not much. And you know what that means? That means it's time to check the bingo card. Let's see just how screwed up this was. Oh my god. I do kind of enjoy how wrong about all of this I was. I love when Homestuck kicks my ass like that. But what I don't enjoy is the lack of answers. And what looks like is going to be is trying to be set up to be a permanent lack of answers, or at least what looks like a permanent lack of answers, which is... ugh. Where are my end of Homestuck predictions? It was like, check my theory, policy, tag. This is going to take so long to upload. Okay, where's the... Here we go. It should be on page 2. Here we are. Certainties and predictions. Let's see. Class layout. Permanently unconfirmed. Unless Andrea has another work. So basically, no one can know. Aspect errors, can't know. Inversion theory, see, about inversion theory. First of all, there's a lot of case to be said against it in the fact that Jane did not invert. Well, she did invert earlier under the constant, but the fact that they didn't have to deal with any further inversion means that if Homestuck was a completed work, if this was all there is, then you could say that this was not meant to be true. Especially, here's the thing, if they had explained a whole bunch of stuff, if they had explained classes and aspects, if they had wrapped up in some sort of workaround sort of thing, then and it didn't go into any inversion, and there wasn't, like, for example, an inverted servant of Lord English that they had to fight in the form of Jane being possessed. If all that was the case, then you could point at that and say inversion was over. And if there was even just a little lighter than that, I was tempted to say, hey guys, when you see inversion, just say, you guys who are hitting on inversion, you can go ahead and say inversion's proven false. Inversion's wrong. It's not canon. It's BS. And I wanted you to be able to say that and be happy, you know? The people who were really against inversion, I wanted you to be able to say that and be happy. But can you really say no inversion in good conscience given this sort of ending? The ending that, no, I'm not saying like, oh my god, inversion could be true even though nothing happened. No. That's not what I'm saying. Because any other type of ending, like I said, any other type of ending that I was expecting that did not explain inversion, which I thought was his intent to explain in the story, would have disproven inversion, or at least given us substantial reason for most of us to think that, for many of us to think that there wasn't anything to it. But nothing's being explained. Nothing's being explained. It is all being left as a puzzle for the readers. Unless there's another Homestuck work coming along that is going to explain it later. Which, oh boy, there's too much established canon. I wouldn't want to do that if I was him. But I guess we can't rule it out, unfortunately, which means I always have to be watching behind my back, seeing if Homestuck sneaks up on me. Anyway, everything was left open. The answer to the ultimate riddle, that was like the journey you're about to take is the ultimate riddle, which is the journey from the thing to this sort of possibly recreation, not clear on screen thing. Given that absolutely nothing was explained and everything was left as a puzzle for the readers to figure out in the meantime, is it really that implausible that inversion is one of those puzzles that you had to figure out? It doesn't make a great deal of sense that if everything else in Homestuck is being turned into this ridiculously complicated puzzle, that this other ridiculously complicated puzzle could be something that we managed to puzzle out of it. Something that was sort of true all along, that he was weaving into it. The answer? We don't freaking know. We don't know. Okay, ultimate riddle. I think we can pretty much guess that the answer to the ultimate riddle that we think is the answer is the answer. I mean, I just posted the post that they said we said that the Andrew's post about the horses, the need for the steed, where you got the horse painting and that sort of thing, where you bought the horse painting. Like the last third of that, he managed to basically sum up the ultimate riddle exactly, or the answer to it that we figured of it. Yeah. Dave isn't dead, at least for this part of the story. The third scratch, there were a lot of threes going on in that weird whatever it was. We don't know if, yeah, I don't think Alcohol Calliope scratched reality by opening that breach or anything, or created some sort of reset rebirth thing. Still don't know what the silver lining is. So I can say you can be kind of sure of this one, at least, Alden Rail, but we don't know. Crocker English final bosses? No. Well, I mean, not quite. If there's another work, then maybe. Even though I still can't see that. I still can't imagine him being that insane. So, you guys are starting to message me. So, Crocker English, that's out. Risk of destroying the Green Sun didn't seem to happen at all, and it was just all Calliope doing it. Like the sheriff's story said. So that seems disproven, but at the same time, what the hell did the Juju do when she used it? Something's weird about that. This is, although I'm sure all of you are saying that something's weird about everything about this. Okay. Third scratch doesn't seem to happen, even though there were a lot of threes in there. There were threes in what all Calliope was doing. There were threes in what Calborn was doing. And you said something about, like, they used to say something, Calliope used to say something like, if we work together, we could do something great. And what if they inadvertently worked together? What if Calliope used Lord English to help create this breach because she couldn't otherwise? She orchestrated the breach. She was the one waving the conductor's baton the entire time, setting all this in motion, and using Lord English and his ambitions to destroy, to set things up where she couldn't herself, to destroy the breach, to create the breach, which was necessary for something. Reality's rebirth, reality's existence in the first place, the existence of a new reality. Don't know. Nobody knows. Ooh. Okay. It seems like another merged alt Calliope is out the window, at least for now. Mitsume method, nobody knows. Nobody else seems to have gone god tier, at least in this part of this section of the story that we saw and ended on. Yeah, Kanaya didn't sew up the breach. Nobody healed the breach, or it sounded like nobody healed the breach, like Calliope originally said to Jane. That was Tavros from Scarlet wasn't going to happen. We have no idea what the Jujus are, where they came from, or what the hell there is supposed to be going on with them. Calborn timeline split, no idea. And the Homestuck bingo card, oh, this is going to be fun. See, this is what I was looking for when I dug up that post. This is what I wanted to show you. I was just going to close the video, but I decided to walk through everything anyway. Just because I wanted to do it on video so I can worry about, like, I can upload this and worry about talking later. Like, or writing later. Because I need to relax for a bit before going into that. Oh my god. Okay. So, let's see. Check. Not sure. Check. Not sure. Not sure. X for now. I guess X for now. Oh, by the way, let me see. That bet I made on the third scratch happening that I'd pay $100, you're getting your $100. Don't worry. I'm not gonna say like, oh, we don't know, it's unclear. I'm gonna give you your $100, and maybe if something happens, we can, you can give me another $100 back someday. Even though that would probably take 10 years, you know, for Andrew to do anything to follow up this, and I don't think he will, because I mean, there was so much established canon already that he could barely move in the story. So there was, that's not something you want to create a whole new work in. Unless you're just referencing it tangentially, like he is with Hive Swap. Okay, Jane getting cursed, Jake getting possessed. You can X those out. Doesn't seem to make much sense. Clarking his last glasses. Riska used the juju, but was it the orange thingy? What the hell was the lollipop? Where did it come from? What does it do? Who can know? Nobody knows. It is unanswered. It is unanswerable, almost. Davis Bride kinda lives. So yeah, no bingo, and then I'm gonna just write a gigantic question mark over this entire thing. Oh boy, that was. Anyway, break out the wrong gifs. Yeah, don't break out the right gifs. There's not really any reason to. If I get proven right in any respect, then it would be later on. It's gonna be later on. Maybe I'll be appreciated as someone who helps pick up pieces and put together the pieces of this puzzle after the great nothing gets answered of end of Homestuck. Nothing gets answered at the end of Homestuck. That's depressing. I wanted answers. I really wanted a lot of answers. There were so many answers. I didn't get any answers. That was. Well, it's certain. I said the ending would make us shit, and I said the ending would kick my ass and blow our brains out our belly buttons, and it did. I'm not sure I'm happy with it. I wish we got more answers. I really would have liked more answers. That's it for this recording. I'm going to see about how many hours it takes for this to upload. I've been recording for over an hour. I need a stiff drink. Good night. Whew, man. We have a lot of work to do to decode this bastard of a puzzle ending. Ooh, gee. Stopping recording.